Oh, hey Wayne, how are you? Murray here. Here on Mike the YouTube, Mike's Fixer. Hey. Anyway, we're gonna do a little work here today. All right.
Thanks for stopping by, Big Murray. Hey guys, Mike the Fixer here. You guys know what show that was? Well, maybe you should. You get back to me in the comments. Anywho, here to do a little shop talk today before I get started on this patch panel. I'm going to weld up this patch for that How Do You Do doohickey there. I cut it out of cardboard, little template, and like I said, I'm going to cut this section out and use that sheet metal. But I picked up this filing cabinet at the thrift store, and anybody has a shop with chemicals in it, I highly recommend you do this too, because you should have all your chemicals in a paint cabinet. Metal, or true paint cabinet is probably double lined for fire safety, etc., etc. But this was 35 bucks, and it fits all your spray cans in there, and you got plenty of height too. Because heat is your enemy. This garage gets about 90-something degrees in the summer, and oops, sorry, I keep all of them up here right now, and that's, you know, I think the aerosol gets affected too. So I usually bring them in the house in the summer, but maybe this. I have this on the ground. I'll put it in the corner. Yeah, metal cabinet. That's my little shop pep talk for you guys. But let's get into cutting up some panels. You know, it takes time filming. I have to go turn the radio off, because you know that'll get flagged for YouTube, and if I ever do make money off these videos or get promotions or whatever their routine they do, they would flag the video. So gotta turn that radio off. I learned this from every door pretty much has a 90-degree angle, so that's good to know. So I want to keep that angle. Whatever I do, I want to make sure when I do this patch that I don't walk it out or anything like that. So that is good to know. I got that checked out. And I'm just going to save. I'm going to go 12 inches over on the outside of this panel. I think it's going to be this end. Yeah, so I'm going to go 12 inches. And I'm going to keep that for my patch. And then I'll work with this section to make my little patch. All right, went and scribed that up. 12 inches over. Put the nice 16th inch disc in the wheel. Let's see if I can cut a straight line. I could make a guide. I should be able to follow that. I'm not entirely mentally challenged. Well, this might be a nice little welding table too. Maybe I'll put some casters on this thing. I mean, if you have chemicals in it, you probably shouldn't be welding, but until I do that. Uh-huh. Yeah. Pretty straight. Rather have it big. Rather have this big, so I'll cut on the outside of my line. That way I can trim it when it's down there. Too big is better than too small. Alright. Stuff is pretty... I'd say it's the same thickness. When I get back to the, what was it, the rear quarter, it looked like a different thickness. This is pretty damn close, which is nice. Looking at that top. Yeah, I think I'm just going to trim down this side, maybe. This corner. Maybe I'll get in there with the Dremel. Make that. I don't know, we'll see. Well, I'm not a good patch panel maker. A lot of attention to detail that I missed. I have a little gap there. And this rough stuff down here, that's a lot to fill. Really don't feel like cutting up another one. This is why I did the inside first, because this doesn't have to be pretty for a first-time body guy like myself. All right, I'll play with that, grind it up. Get some paint on it, or off of it, rather. I have no idea who Jason is. Found in the trash. Alright, I think I got her all dialed in here. Some low settings. I'm going to go up in this focus. Can you zoom? How come I can't zoom? Oh, there we go. It starts to attack, because that's nice and flush. Why, I oughta. Okay, tacking that in there. I guess I shouldn't move the camera. Just keep the camera there. Zoom. This way it gets all out of focus, huh? So, yeah. I'm going to try, see if I can fill that gap. I probably can't, because flux core. Over there I blew through. Let's see what I can do. Try some magic. Alright, there's a first pass. Welding. A couple little holes. This is where I had to fill in a hole. This was all hole, blow through. So, it looked way better, but I'll come back and touch these up. I want it to look, I don't know. It'd be nice to be perfect and no one sees that this is patched, but I think when I'm done, I have all that. Well, I'm going to do the outside, but I'm going to seam seal like I was from the factory, I guess. I'm not sure how they do that. Do they like sandwich it underneath the panel? There's no like a real fine caulking line, I guess. Maybe if I pulled away the paint, you'd see it better. Anyway, that's down the road. Not bad for now. Alright, clean that up. I'm content with that. I'll probably be, so I'll be painted and lightly coated with filler anyway. So if I bust that down, there might be a hole, so I don't want to touch that. Also, still have to, this lip's going to go when I do the outdoor patch anyway. Oakley dokley, I started to cut the seam, just grind it around, peeling away here. Just going to cut out this small section right now, just so you can see. I'll see what our welds look like from behind, too. Okay, let's see what we got back there. Oh, there's some rust going on. Interesting. Not too shabby. I mean, it's a patch. Come on, people. It's the inside of our door there. And yeah, I think I'm going to go higher. I don't know what this hole is, but I think I might just go this. Whatever I did. I think I did 12 inches. Where's the panel? Where's the panel, folks? Here's what we got. It goes all the way up there. So I can go all the way up. Might just go, where's that hole? Right there. I might just go right above that. Less is more, right? Less is more theory. And then make sure we maintain our curve. And yeah, see how flexible that is? I mean, there's nothing there. So that's why I wanted to get that first, because that's our structure. So if we can maintain that. This almost seems bowed. I bet there's rust. Oh, there's a rock right there. There's a bunch of shit in there. So I bet there's rust pushing this out a little bit. So that's why I'll go all the way to that, whatever I cut it at. It was right here. And do that whole thing. There, now this is super fragile, and I have to get this lip off. I started drilling what I think was a spot weld the other day. God, get the camera, Mike. So I just ground this right now. So this is going to stay, and I need to get rid of all this. So get your hand out of there, Mike. So I just think I'm going to gingerly, maybe I'll drill some more spot welds. Then let's hit them with the grinder. less heat. Less heat would be better. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm clearly taking my time with this because first time for doing this, obviously. So this seems to be working. I'm going to grind my edges. I think I'm ready to cut this whole piece. I'll grind all this paint off that I prepped and just go for it. I'm going to do some core seal inside the door. But that's what happens. Is stuff comes down on the door. This seam must be, it's not, there must be a gap there from the factory back in the day, right? And shit just pools up in this corner, rusts out. Same with the front, same with cab corners. Ground out the seam sealer right here. So they must just come right against this once it's folded over, spot welded, seam seal it. And held up. I mean, there's other trucks, this is all gone, so I like it. So far so good. So I think this is going to be my patch size. I went over this far because there's a crease right here where it painted. So it's kind of weird once it's smoothed out right here. So I'll cut up and over. I kept it close to that, whatever that hole is. And yeah, because this is better metal. Keep the good metal and the patches thin. Yeah, I think it's thinner. What do you think? Maybe a C hair, but whatever. Keep the factory stuff. Alright, let's get cutting, I guess. Okie dokie. Got my patch panel cut down to maybe a ½ inch on either side. The next step is, just cut this out to show you. I want to get this. This is basically what you want here. In order to get this a nice fold, we got to cut that at a 45. We got to cut this curled end off that they give you for the corner, and then I'm going to take a piece of sheet metal that I already trimmed, and we're going to start to fold these over. That's going to give it a really nice tight fit when I go to put that, go to fitting that, get that to fit real tight. So cut that corner off and do that. Okay. Got that pounded in there. He looks pretty good. I still haven't made any cuts yet, you'll notice. I wanted to fold that over. You can see my 45 came out more like shit. I don't know what I did. I think because it was already rounded, I fucked that up. Anyway, seam sealer. Maybe I'll put a little piece of metal in there. Got plenty of scrap laying around. But so I'm trying to remember when I cut this, I did a ½ inch longer, and look at when I measured, and now look at it, it fits perfect. Good thing I added that ½ inch. But I'm trying to maintain this 90. That's the only thing I really have to go off of. Because I thought it was bowing out here a little bit at the bottom, but I think it's going to be okay. If I get those flatter, and in here, now I might do something, it's, I still need to get that. Man, they make it look easy on YouTube, doing this stuff. Corners are tough, I think. I think a corner is more difficult. What I want to do is I want to, now let's take a break. That's what I want to do. I want to take a break. Okay, well, I may have jumped the gun on rolling this edge over. Only because I don't like that, how it's bowing out. So I think if I left that at a 90. I done it after the fact. I'm going to try and bring it back out. Maybe that'll get rid of that. And then when I go to cut this and weld it on. Yeah, I'll see if I can bring that out without screwing this up. Well, good thing it is the bottom of the door, because now there's all dimples. My pry marks were. Oh, that sucks. But hey, it's the first time, man. First time doing this shit. And look at how now it's up over. Whenever it was below. It's once the metal stretches when you curve like that. Wow. All right. So I might want to tack this so it doesn't move. I could clamp it, maybe tack weld it, and then I need to get in and make this cut. What I want to do is I want to cut this section because it's spot welded, I think, or something. Maybe not. If I could just cut that one as a butt weld. And then I think down here, maybe just this lower section, cut that same thing out. And then when I do these, what I want to do is do a 45-degree angle cut. And you come in with this in place. This is not going to be the edge, it's going to be lower. That's the issue I'm going to have, though. I might not be able to do it that way, but this is what I wanted to do. I want to do a 45 the whole way. What that does is it puts, instead of you're going to lessen the gap here. So when you have a 45-degree angle, this is cut at 45, this is 2. The two will blend together. They'll sit really flush, and you'll have like no gap. Then when you go to spot weld, or go to weld your seam, it's a lot neater. You have to cut this out because you're going to have a piece behind here that you need to get out. I can get in here to the door, but if I did it that way right here, that piece would still be here. I couldn't get it out. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, though, because I have to cut. I kind of have to cut it at this mark now. Because I kind of, yeah, I got to. I guess I would have to. There'll still be I could weld in a little piece here. Anyway, to watch a video, I want to talk about this guy, Fitzy's Fabrications. Great guy up in, he's up in Nova Scotia. He's been on, I've been watching him for a lot of body work. He is A+. So shout out to him. You're helping me out here, pal. Although I'm not doing your skills 100%, am I? Look how thick. That's thicker metal. Look at how thick that is. Damn. I'm a little worried using the flux core, man. We'll see what I can do. But I made these cuts because these are the pieces that I won't be able to fish out from inside. So I think I'm going to come across just below this line. Now, so let's see what I can do. Alright, she is tacked and clamped. So I may have to break these again anyway, because I'm going to make that one cut here. See if I can get that piece out. I probably should do the same down here. And then I may have to take the panel off so I can get those pieces out. And then do this and finish the rest. Jesus. Alright, none of that was recording anyway, so that's good. Okay, so what I did is I got to get this panel off. I cut those pieces out, but I won't be able to fish from the inside. And I did do a 45 here. I've got to get some rust treatment in here, some of that core seal. And so what this is going to do, I'm going to have a nice 45-degree cut. So I get this fit. See how that sinks right in there where my thumb is? It's almost flush. Made of diagram to show you what I'm talking about. Like, if you cut, this is the whole panel. Like, so you cut in 45, those two are going to fit together almost flush. Whereas if you just you come in with that cutter, you're going to have a gap that you need to fill. So it's going to make a nice flush fit. Then you just cut it as you go, weld, cut, and then just, it comes out really nice if you know what you're doing. So check out Fitzy's Fabrications. He is the man. Okay, little rust converter doing its magic. Put it along the seams here too. This one under the whole door, just because. Look at these. A little fun fact for you. I noticed these both sides of the doors when I got the truck. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And it dawned on me it's the seatbelts. When you throw your seatbelt off, years and years of abuse. Unbelievable, huh? So I probably don't need to let this cure. I can just go ahead and keep doing my job here. Maybe I will keep doing that. This is flammable. Now I'll let it cure a little bit. Maybe I'll do this tomorrow. Who knows? Rust converter is cured up enough for me. Did some tacks under there. Got a nice flush. Somewhat flush. And then over here you can see it's popped out. So that's where I'm going to take the grinder right now and go. Maybe not all the way. You just want to go a little bit. Push it in, weld it, keep the same thing. And that's how you get that nice flush. And less Bondo, right? Well, Fitzy makes it look so easy. He's got decades of experience. But I had to cut. I went all the way because I'm having trouble. This blade is the thinnest blade you can get, but man, trying to get that without a gap. I think once I get it pushed in, it looks like a huge gap now. But once I push it in with tools, hold it, yeah, and just keep going. Well, here's my piece. And that's some good thick metal. Damn. I'll hold on to that. That's a good scrap for something. And I'm making a mess out here, folks. That is a very difficult thing to do, that 45. Good luck over here, but over here now I'm caved in. I gotta push that out from the inside. And I got a gap. I got me a gap, but see what I can do. And good luck with this MIG welder or flux core. Well, I am able to fill in this gap, which is good. Whew! I had to push out the panel from the inside to get a nice, relatively flush. This looks like a mess, but a lot of that's paint. I don't know. First time panel, I think I'm doing okay. I haven't decided. I'm going to do just some tacks, and then I'll fold this over soon. See if it'll shut right now. That gap might be in the way. Yeah. Looks good. I think that, I got to fold that over. Alright, I'm just going to go around, fill in the spots, jump around because the panel gets hot. And that's when you're going to get warpage. So, this is a slow part. Getting there. Alright, there's the first pass, ground down. Got lots of holes to fill in. But I was checking the fitment. It's coming down nice. And if I want to, I can adjust this. It is flexible. Everything looks good with it. Folded over my Uzumaki there. Still could do some more. Maybe I'll tack weld. So that'll be a plug weld right here. That hole's there, might as well use it. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'll just go and fill in some holes. Well, the sun is setting on a day. Microphone is dying. So we're gonna wrap this up. Get that pretty good, I think. I feel like it's almost like I went too far in with the panel. Is that possible? With the, I mean, the metal is thicker, so I don't know. Either way, it's gonna have a skim coat of epoxy anyway. So, all right, one patch, 99% done. All right, did a little reworking here because I had this on there, and it was way out. It was like this. This was bowed, but that is pretty good. That was as good as I could get it. And by body work, I mean I had to. This whole thing will flex with the hammer, so got that in. Got that as good as I can get it. There's gonna be some filler here, obviously. I don't know. We'll see. Well, it's Friday. We ain't got no job. We ain't got shit to do. So I took the door off, tied it down to this cabinet because I've had things fall off in the past. See my steering column video. And now I can get some light up here. I can see the whole kit and caboodle. So I can grind away. Maybe I'll get a template going for this patch. And get a better look at what I did over here too. But that's my plan for today. Alright, now it has some light on this. I better expose. I can patch from here. This is the very top of the shit, so I should go up a little bit higher. And then over here looks kind of shitty. I'm gonna come over to this, maybe even over here. Nice square patch. But I think, like I did the other side of the corner, I'm gonna do the inside first, because that way, if I cut this out now, we'll get a lot of flex. So if I do that inside, strengthen that up first maybe. This is just surface. Well, hopefully this will be real small. This little bubble. Yeah, that should be nice. This is all solid still. Well, let's pick away at it. Ground it down, see what we got. And I'm starting to cut it out. I'm using, just to let you know, there's not just three different sizes, 3 different wears I'm using. Pretty much a small one I was able to get right in here, whereas a big one, if I had that big disc on there, I would have made a huge cut. So now I can't get in here with this because of the tool, so I'm going to go to the bigger disc and make that nice triangle. This stuff you gotta, so hang on to your discs when they're worn. There she is, all cleaned out. This piece. It looks like nothing on this side. There's a lot on that side. That's how cancer works, buddy. Just like in the body. One little spot, you gotta take it all out. But this looks solid. This was cleaned out. This is where the focus, Mike. Words. Use your words. Caulking goes. What do you call this stuff? Seam sealer. This is where the seam sealer goes. So I ground that out. Make sure the metal's good. Basically, I just gotta make a little. I had to make it a little bigger, but get a little patch made up for there. Tack, 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 and we can work on the outside. I cleaned up my corners with a Dremel. Saved. This is all the scrap from the panel repair, and it's nice thick. It's got a nice bow to it, which this has. So look at that. That's gonna be nice. Let's get some cardboard. Make a template. Woo! I spent way too much time on that. Trying to get a nice fit. Triangles are tough. I think I attacked it all wrong. I was trying to get this line first. I think right angles. I think you want to focus on right angles. Anyone got input on that? In the words of a very, very famous poet. I don't know if you guys are intellectual enough to know this. The quote was, good enough, good enough, good enough to, I believe it was Sammy Hagar. So cut out just barely enough what I need. This is kind of not the best here. This is the seam, obviously. I have the whole panel, but I don't know. I didn't like how it came out on this end. I'm gonna step down. I got a big indent here, so you know, less is more. So I don't want to just stuff it. This is like the bottom of my door. There's like some weather stripping. I think this is solid enough. I think if I do core seal, I'm going to stuff it all up in there anyway in the bottom of the door. Just do a small patch. I like doing the ones that don't have to look pretty. I'm good at that. And I have this in piece. It goes over here. So it's nice and thick. So I'm going to put that, scribe that up, put it right back in there. Before I weld it, I'm going to have to spray some paint and core seal in there. Yada yada. Maybe I'll do that now, actually. Alright, that's the core seal doing its magic. Made a little patch out of that other door piece, like I said. My cutting skills are not as accurate as I want to be, but this is a little bit bigger. I'd rather have it bigger, so obviously. So it's going to come down, but that's I might have to try this again. We'll see. Several hours later, here's what we got. She's pretty good. I am contento. Some welds, had some holes go through. Jeez. Came back around, ground it, re-weld. This stuff is so. Even this is the thick metal too. But I think my problem was here at the seam. Look in the camera again. Jesus, I'm sorry, folks. My problem is here where the seam of the old metal was kind of not the best, but so I like it. Put a little primer on this, throw this door back on, and 5 o'clock somewhere. Got some attention to detail going on here. Just filling in these little holes. Got the corner here. Fill in that little corner that I screwed up when I cut it. While I'm over at this passenger's door, I noticed my window channel had a broken weld. Here's my film it from the help. So I'm going to get this back where it's supposed to be, tack it, and check the window for operation. Just a tack. Let's not go crazy. We might want to adjust this in and out. I just kind of looked where the original spot welds were and put it there, but that might not be good enough because the window was falling out of the front track here. Let's slip that in there and see how window worked. Say that again. Window worked good once I had one bolt, but I can't get this hole to line up, so I'm going to move this bracket up just a C. Call that a C hair. And then everything was working good. It was staying in the track fine. So just a little adjustment and a better weld. Alright, all welded up. Painted? What? What do you want this to last? Another 40 years? And I don't know if you can see down in there, I did the rust converter, just sprayed it. I'll let it run out the vents in the bottom of the door. I can't really get my hands in there, but that'll help preserve. Let's get this baby back in, and I think I'm done on this side. Well, except for skim coat, Bondo and such.